Hi, my name is Louis de Jaeger, or Louis DJ. I'm from Belgium. I'm a food forest designer and an eco-entrepreneur, and I get a lot of questions. People ask me, what kind of book should I read? Can you recommend me something? And then I go into my bookstore, my personal bookstore, and I check which titles might be suited for them, and then I send them an email or a WhatsApp message. But I decided just to give you one book tip every week. Have a kind of Louis book club, and this is the first book I'm gonna talk about, and this is Organic Gardening by Robert Rodale. As you can hear, I'm doing this in English. I have books in English, in Dutch, in French, and I'm gonna try to talk about the book in the language I've read it. Last week we talked about this amazing book by Martin Crawford, Food Forest book. This one is in Dutch, but you have it in English too. It's an amazing book, what I can only recommend. It's the Food Forest Bible. But this week we're gonna talk about organic gardening. To be honest, this is the first book I bought in my life about organic gardening. I was driving through Mexico. I was staying at a place, and people told me about permaculture. They say, we are trying to be self-sufficient and use the permaculture principles. I was so hooked. I really didn't know anything at the time about permaculture, about sustainable agriculture or sustainable gardening, and I was just enthralled by what they said, and I wanted to make my life about it. That's exactly what I did. And well, here, this is the first book that I bought. I went back from Mexico to New Mexico in the United States, where we were staying at the time. And then I was just going to every Goodwill store, every second-hand bookstore to get and buy any book I could find. Now I'm back in Europe, and as you can see, I do not have a lot of American books with me here. I had to choose, so a lot of books I unfortunately had to leave behind in the States, but this one I definitely brought with me. Now, what's so interesting about this book, it gives you an introduction about organic gardening. It's so well explained that even if I go and read in this again, right now today, I almost get tears in my eyes because it is so logical. It is so simple, explained what organic gardening and what organic farming is all about. The practical details. So it's the beginning of the book is really philosophical. It gives you the vision on organic agriculture, on organic gardening. But once you get that, it really gets technical. It goes and talk about the soil types you need, about using blood meal and other fertilizers. Some things might be a little bit outdated, but it's a classic. You should have it on your bookshelf. I'm really curious if you've read it, or if you're gonna read it. If you've read it, please let me know what you thought about it, and if you recommend any other books that I or members of Louis Book Club should read, then just give out a shout. See you later!